there, studio owner. You've put your blood, sweat, and tears into creating a brick and mortar business that serves your clients and impacts the community you love. You are my hero. And I'm pretty sure we could sit down and talk like besties do, because I get it. I've had my studio business for over 12 years, a handful of kids, and a few passion projects that I love. Like this one. Hey there, I'm Melissa Rose, your visibility coach for the studio owner who wants more stellar clients coming through their doors, more bank in their bank account, and more time to hang out and be completely present with those they love most. In this podcast, we're going to share the nitty-gritty of running a successful studio business, sharing stories, talking strategy, and learning practical tips that leave you inspired, empowered, and equipped to create your epic life every single day. So, if you're a dance studio, yoga studio, Pilates studio, or a fitness boutique studio, you are in the right place. Add some kiddos into the mix and maybe a life partner, and I call you a rebel woman. Ready to dive in? Let's get real.
Hey there, Rebel Women. How are you? We are right at the end of October. This is the last podcast of October, and I am super excited about what's coming ahead. We are heading into colder weather. Not excited about that, let's be real. But I am excited about holiday months and closing out the year strong. And that's why I wanted to talk today about what you should consider before investing in a coach, because you might be thinking about that, especially as we wind down the year, looking at the goals, how we finished out, and what you want to do for 2023. Oh my gosh, that year just popped out of my mouth. You guys, I remember being in like 8th grade and thinking about the year 2000. Okay, now we're at 2023. I'm like, oh my God. I thought I didn't think I'd maybe see these years, but here we are. And I'm happy to see these years, and I'm happy to be with you. Welcome to the podcast. For those of you that have been listening a while, thank you so much for coming back. And for those of you that are brand new, welcome. We are continuing to grow, and it's so great to see you via the downloads, but we also see you through your comments and engagement on social, as well as ratings and reviews. And we have a new rating and review from Angie Trueblood. She was on the podcast just a few podcasts ago. She talked all about podcasting and being a guest on a podcast. And her job is, or her business, I should say, is helping you get seen via podcasts and podcast guesting. And I highly recommend, if you are interested in doing that, to listen to that podcast. I will have it linked in the show notes here. First of all, Angie's just awesome. She's lovely. And she just shared some really, really nice tidbits and knowledge and wisdom regarding guesting on podcasts. So before I started my podcast, you guys, in 2020, I did guest interviews for a good year because it was a great way to grow authority, build confidence, grow your network, and create content. So it was a great way to grow my business that way. So if you are interested, check that podcast out. In fact, if you're interested in being on a podcast or want to know more about guesting, check out Angie's podcast. Go Pitch Yourself, it's called. And she's lovely and great, gives great insight. But she left a lovely review, and they are always appreciated. So what she said is what a gift this show is to brick and mortar business owners. Melissa shares what's working, what's not, and everything in between to help listeners grow their business. And that is truly my goal for you. So if you are listening and you would like me to chit chat about a topic or something that you're experiencing in your studio business, please share that with me. DM me on Instagram, the Ms. Melissa Rose. Otherwise, you can respond to my emails that I send out. If you are not part of my tribe, go to msmelissarose.com/deals, and that is where you get all the stuff. There is so much there between free workshops, becoming a member of the Rebel Women tribe, and all the links to all the good stuff. So msmelissarose.com/deals. All right, today's podcast is all about the 2 C's, what you need to consider before you invest in a coach. And this one I might get a little passionate about because I have been working with coaches since 2015. Let's say 2016. And I have worked the gamut. I have worked with really, really famous people, and I have worked with not so famous people. And I'm going to share with you everything that I have learned. Okay. How this podcast episode came to be is because I had somebody reach out this past week and ask me about a coaching program of a really well-known industry leader. And I am going to share with you what I shared with them. All right. So first of all, the number one C is connection. I need you to really think about this. You are going to be investing your hard-earned money to work with somebody, and you want to connect with them, and you want to resonate with them. So that's why podcasting is so great, because you get to hear my voice. You get to see my flow and how I speak and how I teach. But maybe they don't have a podcast. Maybe you're watching them on social or whatever, or you're looking at their website, whatever it is. And you need to resonate with them. So that to me is like, duh, right? It's, Melissa, that's not rocket science. However, there is so much here. Experience. Are they doing what you want to do? All right. So are they in the industry that you are in? Have they run a Pilates studio? Have they done what you're doing, a fitness boutique? Have they done a music studio? What have they done to show you that they understand? All right. Now, I will give a caveat here, because there is something to be said about somebody outside of your industry. I have taken plenty of workshops and webinars from people outside my industry just to learn. And that is very valuable knowledge. But to invest in a coach, you're usually investing a chunk of change, and you want to know that they have walked the talk, right? So their experience. How long have they been in the industry? Every time, and this is consistency, right? It is so fun for me to, I think I have this little knack that I should really, this little intuition that I should really dive deeper in, because, there's products out there or services or people. I remember hearing Lady Gaga way back in the day, before she was really Lady Gaga. And I was like, she's going to be huge. Like, just hearing it, I was like, she's going to blow up. Yeah. And now, hello. Same thing with Charlie Berens. Okay. So if you're local, Charlie Berens is this, well, he's not even local anymore. He's so awesome. He's a comedian. He's so funny, and he's from Wisconsin. And there's a whole lesson in marketing there. I might do a podcast on that. But he started out like this little guy from Wisconsin, making fun of Wisconsin people and how we talk and things we do. And it was just so funny. And I'm like, this guy is going to blow up. And of course he is. Okay. And then there's influencers online that give really great content, and I'm watching them, and, they may have 4,000 followers or whatever. And then, a year or two later, they keep at it. And all of a sudden, they're hundreds of thousands of followers. I watch this dance influencer. She's so great. She gives such great content of strengthening and conditioning dancers. And I remember watching her when she had just like 4,000, 3,000 followers. And now she's like at 100K. And I'm like, I'm cheering for her, because of course she should be, because she is giving out consistent content. Okay. So over time, are they still doing it? Or are you watching them like go from this thing to another thing to another thing? All right. So how long are they been in the industry? What are they doing consistently? All right. You want to follow that. Now, we also, with this connection, we might be following somebody that is really well known. Okay. And has that star quality. We look at them with starry eyes, and I am guilty of this. Okay. So I have done this where I have invested bank into coaches that appear to be all that in a bag of chips. And I get caught up in that. And I will fully admit that, because I want to say I studied with. Okay. And I don't even like flaunt that a lot. Like, I don't like, oh, I know this person. I don't name drop, but I want to know that I studied with that person. Like, that's more for me personally. And I get caught up in that. And I get caught up in that they have to know what they're doing, because they say they're making, say, 7 figures, and they say they are doing all these things. And so I get caught up in that. And I want to say that I learned from those people. But as my dad would say, those people put their pants on just like you do. All right. So keep that in mind as you're looking at different people to mentor and coach with. All right. So connection's a huge one. Do you want them to be a cheerleader, or do you want them to hold you accountable? Do you want them to really look at your business, or are you looking for strategies? Okay. Are you looking for blueprints and templates and strategies so that you can take and grab and plug in? Or are you wanting somebody to really go, I am so in the freaking weeds, I don't even know what to look at. Okay. Because that's two separate things. And that's two separate kinds of coaches. Okay. Two separate investments. I'm speaking from experience here. Okay. So that is going into now the second category of C is cost. Okay. You can invest a lot of money. Okay. There are so many coaches, hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars a month to invest with. All right. What are you getting and what can you really apply? All right. And that caveats off of what I was just saying about, do you want templates and blueprints and strategies and ideas, or do you want somebody really looking at your business? And I have learned I want the latter. Okay. Because I have listened and learned and been part of so many things and groups and courses and coaches. I have plenty of that. I want somebody to say, Miss, I need you to think about this. Look at this and really get in it. All right. So when you are considering this, when you are considering a coach, I want you to consider the cost. First of all, yes, I believe when you have skin in the game, when it makes you go, scary, you're going to show up differently. Okay. That's just how I feel about that. However, there's a difference between, this makes me a little nervous versus, oh my God, I can't sleep at night. All right. I don't think that's healthy. All right. As a business owner, there are so many things that keep us up already. Stretching yourself beyond what's feasible, like when you are already losing sleep over maybe team or structure or marketing or needing more clients, to stress yourself even more financially when it's not needed, when you can find a different coach at a different price point. Okay. That's the way I believe. And I've been there. And that's why I'm saying that really vulnerably. Okay. I don't think you need to, if your budget is, let's say it's $500 to $700, you're like, okay, I can swing that. And then you're looking at somebody for $15 to $2,000 a month. Don't do that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'm speaking from experience. All right. But when you're investing in somebody, what are you getting? People will offer a lot of bonuses and add-ons to sell the factor of coaching. All right. Where are you in your business? Are you a one-woman show? Do you even have the freaking time to take advantage of all the bonuses and accesses that you get on top of coaching? Chances are you don't. Okay. So think about that. What time, how much time do you have to put into this? Because you guys, here's the deal. You're going to have to put work into this. Yes, you may get an hour a week with a coach, but you then have to implement. And if you're already maxed out and now you're adding an extra hour and they're going to expect you to put into 3 to 5 hours extra a week, are you going to be able to do that? Or are you going to be able to take advantage of those extra master classes or those extra bonuses that they give you? Not bad, not saying that's bad, but you really need to think about your time here, okay? And the cost of all of this, okay? And your sanity, okay? Because I want you to grow and scale. Yes, but we need to think about, can you actually do it, okay? So think about that. I also want you to think about your mindset. When you invest at a higher level, you're going to be surrounded with people that are farther along and moving things and doing things. Okay. So if you're a one-woman show or somebody with a really small team and you're investing, $15,000 to $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, whatever it is, you're going to be around people who have that money to spend as well and have a team to help them. All right. And if you're not there yet, how is that going to play with you? Some of you're going to be like, yes, that's what I need. That's what I'm going for. I will burn the candle and go for it. And I'm like that. Okay. That's me. I will do it, and knowing that it's a short-term commitment, that I'm going to bust my ass for 6 to 12 months. But for some people, that's not healthy. That's not, I don't even have the capacity. So what you're paying for is that network of people. Are you taking advantage of that network? I was in a great mastermind with a well-known coach, and had this plethora of women. I mean, just a genuinely lovely group, and I highly would recommend this group. But I did not take advantage of the network because I did not have the time. All right. So if you are in a group coaching program, take advantage, plan not only your coaching time, but you want to plan at least one-to-ones with everybody in that group because you don't know who knows who knows who. All right. So do you have that? All right. Let's say they have a Facebook group. Are you taking advantage of the people in that group and getting connected? Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just want to go in, get what you need, and leave. All right. And that's fine. But are you getting all the value? All right. Another thing you could be paying for are retreats. I've done this where I've invested with a coach and I've gotten a retreat as part of it. That's awesome and lovely. For me, it was a paid, okay, it's forcing me to set aside time to do that, which is awesome. So when you're paying for those high-ticketed items, you're getting not just the coaching, but you're getting all those other things. You're getting the network, you're getting the extra bonuses and the masterminds, or maybe the Facebook group, or maybe the retreat, all those added things. And that's wonderful and awesome. And I loved it when I did it, but I really want you to make sure you're thinking about your time and your ability to just harness all the information you can, because there's nothing worse than paying a chunk of change and not taking advantage of everything that's out there, okay, for you. All right. So I say this because I have done it. Like I said, I did not take advantage of this amazing network of women that I was part of. And yes, I did when I could, but in a group of 60, business owners, when I'm only meeting with 12 throughout the year, that's not great. I could have done better there. Or working with a really well-known coach and realizing, they're giving me a lot of blueprints and strategies and ideas, but I'm not really seeing somebody look at my business, really nitty gritty. All right. And that's some things that I have learned when I have coached with people. All right. So I want you to really think about two things: connection. Do you resonate with them? Do you like their style? Do you like how they teach? Are they giving good content? Are they consistent? Have they done this before? Have they been doing it for a while? All right. And then the cost. And what does that cost really get you? And is it really what you need and want? Or is it all the bells and whistles and you're not quite sure if you can take advantage of all those bells and whistles at this point in your business? All right. This is a personal decision. I'm not telling you one way or the other. All right. But I want you to consider this when working with a coach. Now we are, oh my gosh, this is going to come out the last week in October here. Okay. So we are heading into November and December. And this is a time when we're looking at those goals, right? We're looking at the past year and going, woo, we did it. And that woo could be go any way, right? It could be, you could have growth, you could have stability, you could have, we didn't do quite as good. Wherever you are, it's always a recalculation or a relook at, okay, where are we going for 2023? And there's different things you can do. There's lots of different things you could do. I invite you to check out my 90-day mastermind. This is a great way to tip your toe in the water of a small group setting / coaching. I come in every week with a little, twice a month we meet, and I come in with a mini training that pertains to the people in the group. And then we go around and go through hot topics of what's struggling, what your struggle is. Check that out, MsMelissaRose.com/mastermind. I also have one-on-one coaching. And whether it's me that you resonate with or another coach you resonate with, I hope you take these 2 C's and really think about this as you're making your decision, because it's your time, which is your most valuable asset, right? Your time. It's your energy. It's your state of mind. It's your business. And then the cost all wrapped up in this, okay? Yes, you're bettering your business so that you can provide more for your family and your community and grow and scale. So I want you to do it by being thoughtful and really considering the 2 C's, connection and the cost. So with that, everybody, I just thank you so much for listening, for sticking around. Come on over to the Facebook group. I have the Rebel Women Tribe over in Facebook world, and I come in there and share with you nitty gritty of what I am learning in my business. And it's very time sensitive. So it's like, what happened this week? That was like a huge aha. And I share that with you. This is a great time for you to share what you're doing in your business as well. So Rebel Women Tribe over in Facebook, the Ms. Melissa Rose on Instagram, and I would love to hear from you. What resonated, or what do you want to hear more of? That's always helpful too. All right. And if you haven't yet, leave an honest rating and review on Brick and Mortar Visibility via iTunes app. That just means the world for me. And then I will shout you out on the next podcast. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you here, same time, same place next week. Peace. Bye-bye.